All right, today we're diving into a book that claims to be a direct report from another world. It's called The Thiaoouba Prophecy, and let me tell you, it presents a version of reality that challenges pretty much everything we think we know.
Right from the jump, the book's central message is this: believing is not enough. You need to know. So this isn't just a story asking for your faith. It's presenting itself as a factual account. The real question is, what exactly does it want us to know?
So picture this. It's 12:30 in the morning. A man named Michel Desmarquet is woken up, but not by choice. He's totally powerless, just watching, as his own hand grabs a pen and writes a note to his wife. "I'll be away for about 10 days, absolutely no need to worry." And then, just moments later, he's pulled from his home, the whole world warping around him as he's lifted straight up into the sky.
So what happens next? Well, this is where the story really kicks off. This is the start of an extraordinary abduction that sets Michel on a journey to supposedly unravel the secrets of the entire universe. Michel finds himself floating in this strange new space, and he comes face to face with his captor, a being that is nearly 10 feet tall. But, despite her incredible size, her face is described as warm and friendly. This is his very first contact.
As Michel is trying to process all this, his first thought is pretty obvious. I must be dreaming. I mean, what else would you think, right? But the being, who introduces herself as Thao, seems to read his mind and just calmly says, "No, you are not dreaming."
But here's the thing. This wasn't just some random abduction. Thao was there to give Michel a history lesson. And it's one that would turn everything we believe about our own past completely on its head.
So, here's the first bombshell. According to Thao, humans aren't from Earth at all. The story goes that our ancestors, specifically black and yellow races, got here about 1.35 million years ago. They came from a doomed planet called Bekratini, and they brought animals like kangaroos with them, building these incredible civilizations on continents that are now lost to time.
And this timeline, it really puts the sheer scale of this alternate history into perspective. We're not talking about a few thousand years here. The book is describing civilizations rising and falling over more than 1 million years, with a super advanced continent called Mu hitting its peak 30,000 years ago, only to be completely wiped out in a global cataclysm.
And this is a perfect example of just how different this perspective is. Take the Great Pyramid. We think of it as a tomb, right? But the book claims it was this multi-purpose tool, a piece of high technology built by survivors of a lost civilization, capable of things like communicating across the galaxy.
But look, this whole history lesson isn't just for curiosity's sake. It's all building towards a much bigger point, a direct message and a pretty stark warning for humanity today. So, what is the big warning from this super advanced civilization? Well, according to the prophecy, there are 4 great dangers that are threatening our very existence, both physically and spiritually.
Now, what's really interesting here is what's not on the list. You don't see nuclear weapons. Instead, the book says the biggest dangers are concepts. Money, because it fosters materialism. Politicians, because they mislead. Journalists who distort the truth, and drugs, which damage our spiritual selves. And finally, religions, which it claims create division instead of unity. And this all boils down to one central idea. Our technology is advancing way faster than our spirituality. The book argues that this imbalance, this intense focus on materialism, is leading us straight toward our own destruction. We're basically creating these incredibly powerful tools without having the wisdom to control them.
So, this warning about our path fits into a much bigger picture. The book lays out this grand structure for the entire universe, and it presents it as a kind of cosmic school for souls.
The idea is that the entire universe is designed for learning. Every soul is meant to progress through reincarnation on different planets, and each planet represents a unique grade or level of spiritual development. It's a cosmic curriculum.
So on this cosmic ladder, guess where Earth is? We're a Category 1 planet, nicknamed the Planet of Sorrows, a difficult but necessary starting point. After many lives and many levels, the ultimate goal is to reach a Category 9 planet, like Thiaoouba, a paradise that's basically the last stop before a soul leaves the physical realm for good.
So, according to the book, this is the whole point of existence. Every life, every struggle, every single lesson on every single planet, it's all part of this grand journey of spiritual growth. And it's all leading back to a reunion with the source of the universe, the Creator.
And this brings us right back to Michel.
His entire journey, the wild history lessons, the warnings, the tour of a paradise planet, it was all for one reason. He was chosen to be a messenger, and he was tasked with documenting every single thing he experienced for the people of Earth.
He was also given a very, very strict rule. He was to be a reporter, not an interpreter. His book had to be a precise, unfiltered account of what happened. In fact, Thao explained that's why they didn't pick a journalist who might be tempted to sensationalize the story.
And so, that's what we're left with. Whether you see this as a wild piece of fiction or a genuine account, the book poses this profound challenge to how we see reality. It really forces you to ask a fundamental question about the very foundations of human history and what our ultimate purpose really is.